of the Xbox Strong Facebook group. And he's here to debate.
That's right. That's right. We're going to debate. We ain't going to talk about servers and all that old jazz because I care less about dedicated servers or whatever. We pretty much going to debate about why you think Xbox or Xbox Live is not good for gamers, pretty much.
Okay. We can do that.
Because
wait. Now he's loud? What? What the fuck? Now he's too loud.
Oh, man.
Okay. Let's see here. Go ahead, say something, bro.
No, pretty much I just want to talk about why you feel that Xbox Live is bad for gamers or consumers in general. You know, that's pretty much what I want to debate about.
How is it now, guys? Are we at least even? What the fuck? Okay, all right, it's good now. All right, so we're going to debate about Xbox Live, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Now, Xbox Live, it's not a value for gamers. Plain and simple. It's not a value. And the way that Microsoft makes Xbox Live, they have proven that they do not need to charge people for it.
Okay. I mean, this is how I look at it, you know, as being a guy who has played on every console this generation. The reason why I pay for Xbox Live and I prefer Xbox Live is, to me, I get a better overall experience of what I'm getting. You know, no offense against the Nintendo Marketplace or PSN. To me, I have seen Xbox Live progress, evolved over this whole entire generation to something that is beneficial. You know, granted, a lot of things are behind a paywall. We get that. But I understand why they're behind a paywall. I mean, this is how I look at it. It's like any business. When you start your business, you want your whole goal is to make that business grow, to make that business better than what it is. And the proof's in the pudding. I mean, I have seen it from where it came from to where it is now. And to me, I don't have a problem with Xbox Live. The problem I think a lot of people have with it is the fact that you got to pay for it. And I think this is how I look at it. If you like something, you enjoy what you get, I mean, what's wrong with paying for it? You know, it's like World of Warcraft or anything else. If you like it, so be it. Pay for it. I mean, I don't got nothing against PSN. My problem with PSN is that, I mean, granted, they pretty much involving themselves with, thanks to PlayStation Plus, but I mean, if Sony did the same thing from Jump Street, could you imagine where PSN could be right now? I mean, the whole thing with this whole free thing is nothing wrong with it. I feel like in order for these services to evolve, that people need to put money in to make them grow, and that's how I look at it.
Is that why they charge for Origin and Steam?
I mean, here's the thing about Origin and Steam.
I've been playing free on the PC since '96.
Okay, this is how I look at Origin and Steam. I don't look at them as being what Xbox Live. Xbox Live is a service. Origin, Steam, Green Man Gaming, all that stuff. Those are pretty much stores. That's how I look at
Origin and Steam are services. The same that for Games for Windows Live, it was a service. In fact, Games for Windows Live was the same thing as Xbox Live, but the PC, but they didn't charge for it.
True. But you got to also remember, too, BlackBuster, the PC is an open platform. You can't really control an open platform the way you can a closed platform. I mean, that's how you got to look at it. I mean, the
main thing is that on the Xbox, since it's their box, they can do whatever they want.
It's pretty much,
when there's no options, they can make people pay for things they shouldn't have to pay for because they don't have a choice.
Okay. If that's how you look at it, this is how I look at it. I mean,
That's how it is. That's
I mean,
exactly how it
okay.
is.
Granted, I could sit here and disagree with a lot of things you're saying. Some things I could agree with.
Well, let me
mean,
just tell you this
okay,
because many people don't know this. All right, Games Windows Live.
okay,
It's the same thing as Xbox Live. The
yeah, pretty
exact
much. So,
same thing. When you make a Games Windows Live account, you are essentially making an Xbox Live account.
yeah, they link
And
together. So,
all the services on Games Windows Live are ran on the same servers as Xbox Live.
mm-hmm.
Now, when they released Games Windows Live, they had a charge on there yearly, just like Xbox Live.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
But because people had a choice, they had to change that. So they took off the fee for Games Windows Live. But they still ran the same features as Xbox Live on the PC for free.
Okay. But like I said, the thing of it is, like I said, the PC's an open platform. You can't really do what Microsoft can't really get what they want out of Windows Live, what they can with Xbox Live. Granted, it is their console's a closed platform that
They
they want to
could
charge.
have. They could
They
have
could,
gotten what they
granted, they
wanted on the
could
PC
have,
platform. But the
but
thing is that Microsoft abandoned the PC for the Xbox platform. And then
they expanded it.
Microsoft fucked over PC gamers by trying to charge them for shit for Xbox Live, for Game Windows Live. And
Yeah,
that's why
that.
PC gamers are like, no, we would have been happy to use your service because EA's making plenty of money with their Origin. People didn't really like EA, but they still use their service. The same thing could have been for Xbox Game Windows Live. If they didn't try to fuck people in the first place, they would have been fine.
I mean, this is how I look at Windows Live. Windows Live is just pretty much what it is nothing but games. It doesn't have all the other features that Xbox Live had. I believe this is my belief. This is how I look at
It
it.
had the same features,
Okay,
the
so Windows.
same party
Okay,
chat, the
okay, Windows.
same
Let
matchmaking.
me finish. So Windows Live got Hulu, Netflix, Crackle, and all these other apps. Do Windows Live got this?
Well, of course,
Or
Game Windows Live doesn't have that because those applications are
okay,
already available on the PC.
I mean, okay, Grant. That's why they probably don't charge. I think the reason why Microsoft charged for for their service is to get new apps and new features on Xbox Live.
But the
Like,
services are already paid unto Microsoft. Netflix pays Microsoft to have the application on there. So why do you have to pay in order to use it?
I disagree with that. I think it's the other way around. I believe Microsoft pays them to have their stuff on their system. I mean, think about it. I have seen more apps and more features on Xbox Live than compared to Sony in the PlayStation. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. I have seen more features come to the Xbox Live before Sony got them. I think a lot of it has to do with the paywall. I think these companies charge Microsoft a certain fee to have them apps on their damn store. I mean, it's any type of business, like a grocery store. If Kroger's, Winn-Dixie, want Rainbow Bread, they got to pay Rainbow Bread. It's not like Rainbow Bread is giving them bread to put on the shelves. You got to pay to have this stuff. That's how I look at it. I mean, even the case of Netflix, I mean, granted, a lot of people complain about how Netflix shouldn't be behind a paywall. Once upon a time, I don't know if you remember, once upon a time, Netflix had a thing where you used to have live party chats, where you and a group of people can watch the same movie. For some strange reason, they removed that feature dealing with due to some shit with the government. But that's another story. That's how I look at it. I mean, if you want these features,
It's the same thing as how Netflix gets movies on their service.
I mean, no, it
They
wasn't.
make a deal and they pay for it.
I disagree. I believe.
Okay, so why
Disagree.
is it that Netflix is available for free access on every other device, whether it be a phone, tablet, computer, television, Blu-ray player, DVR box, cable set-top box? Tell me why on every other device in the world besides the Xbox platform, and even the 3DS, and the Wii, Wii U, PS3, PS4. Why is it only behind a paywall on the Xbox platform?
That's the conundrum. You know why I believe it's like that? This is how I look why Microsoft got everything behind the paywall.
To make you pay for Xbox Live Gold.
It's not even the gold thing. It's a lot of it has to do with Microsoft knows a lot of people.
It's to make you pay for Xbox Live Gold.
Yeah,
the more features you have behind a paywall, the more incentive people have to make sure they renew their subscription each year.
Well, that's true too.
It's to make people, whether they're a gamer or non-gamer, pay for Xbox Live Gold.
I mean, this is how I look at it. I mean, if you don't, Xbox Live Gold is an option. If you got Netflix on the device, you don't have to look at that stuff on your Xbox. Play it in silver. But this is how I look at it. When it comes down to all these apps and stuff, like I said, these companies, they do have to pay a fee to have those features on their devices. I don't care how you look at it. Ain't no company giving their stuff away for free. In the case of Microsoft, you can look at it as a dick move, you can look at it as a shady move, but I can understand why they do it. If you want these new features, you want things to prove, you got to pay for it. I mean, granted, okay, this is how, I know what you're trying to get. Why should anything be behind a paywall if the main thing you're really paying for is to play your multiplayers online or whatever? I think the reason why Microsoft does it because they look at it this way. They know a lot of people don't play multiplayers, but they want that multiplayer money, so they put everything behind the paywall so people can at least get it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at Sony and PlayStation Plus. I mean, I disagree with that whole bait and switch thing they're doing. I mean, they say you're going to give some of the free games. Okay, you're going to give me free games.
Well, before we get into that,
okay,
you're telling me that Microsoft is paying all of these people who have these applications to have their application on the Xbox platform when each and every single one of those applications are free on every other device in the world.
The thing you're not understanding on
Microsoft is the only one paying.
No, every company pays for this stuff. This is the thing. They don't put the payment onto their consumer. They pay for the stuff and they use it. I mean, think about it. I mean, when the Xbox got Netflix, why did it take so long for Sony to get Netflix? And when they did get to Sony, it was like on the damn disc you had to use or order from them. I mean, this is how I look at it. I mean, I'm sorry. I look at it this way. It's a business. Ain't no company going to give their product away to another company to use for free. I don't care how you look at it. It's like a cable company.
So you don't think that people will offer their application to be used for free?
No, hell no.
No? You don't? All those free applications you can get on your phone, they're not offered for free? Do you know why they're offered for free? Do you know why they allow their devices to be used for free in other places? Because it's exposure. The more places you can use their service, the more insurance they have that you'll pay for it more. That's all that really is.
If you say so, but I disagree with that.
Why do you disagree?
I mean, I disagree. I mean, it might be free to us, but believe me, these companies are paying for this stuff. I'm sorry. That's how I look at it.
Well, it is free to us who are not on the Xbox platform.
Believe me,
but if you're on the Xbox platform, it's not free.
It's like this. Apple.
If you're on the Xbox platform, it's not free.
Oh, well, I mean, like I said, it's apples and oranges. If that's how they want to run their business, that's how they run their business. I mean,
it's not really
I don't
apples
look at
oranges. It's more like apples versus everything else because the Apple's the only one that charges you per byte.
If that's how you look at it, but I disagree. I strongly disagree.
Why do you strongly disagree?
I strongly disagree. I mean, like I said, this is how, like I said, these companies are not giving their stuff out for free. You go say, oh, take this here and use it. Okay, if that's how you look at it, but it costs us money. And this is how I look at it.
You know, they make money with free, right? Off of advertising. After you having more access to use their services, therefore you have more incentive to pay for it every month. That's how they make their money. Why do you think Skype is free? Because Skype has ads, and Skype is used in so many different ways that they're making money off of it. They're making millions. But Skype has always been free, even though it's the #1 used P2P voiceover application. But the only platform where you can't use Skype unless you pay for a subscription is the Xbox platform.
Well, Skype ain't on the Xbox yet. They ain't out yet, so we'll say that debate.
Skype is on the Xbox One.
Yeah, well, we ain't talking about the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4.
Well, it's Xbox Live. It's still Xbox Live.
It's still Xbox Live, but that feature ain't on the 360, so I can't dispute that.
Oh, so we're not going to argue features that are behind a paywall on the Xbox One.
No.
We're going to argue features behind a paywall on the Xbox 360.
I'm not going to talk about the PlayStation 4 nor the Xbox One because those consoles are not out yet. I'm talking about what's the current thing right now, The whole debate about why everything's behind a paywall, why should we pay for it? Like I said, it's one of them things that you don't have to pay for it. If that's not your thing, get a PlayStation, get a Wii, watch it on your computer. Like to me, like I said, I don't see a problem with what the Microsoft's doing. I don't see the issue. I don't. I'm sorry.
And the only response you have to back that up is that they're a business and they want to make money.
It's a business.
That's your only excuse.
If you had a business, when did you want to make money?
You can make a profit and you can make money without having to abuse people and cheat people.
You saying that now, but like I said, if you had a business, you would do the same thing. I'm sorry.
So you're telling me what I would do if I had a business. That's your point. You're telling me what I would do.
You can run your business the way you want it, but you probably be out of business fast. It's the same thing with World of Warcraft and Blizzard.
So people can't make a profit by having good business practices and good value to consumers to help build consumer loyalty.
Here's the thing.
The only way to be in business is to cheat and abuse customers.
I ain't never been cheated or abused by Microsoft or Xbox Live. Hell,
you haven't?
No, I haven't. I have called them in the past, had problems. If they couldn't have resolved it, they'd send me a link or give me a free game or reimburse my money. In the case of Sony, I had more issues with them, I'm going to keep it real. You call freaking Sony's customer service, they treat you like shit, or it's your fault that your console's broke or your console done fucked up its hard drive, and a lot of that shit is on them because of their faulty-ass hardware,
Sony has faulty hardware.
Yeah, Sony has faulty hardware. The PlayStation 3 is a piece of shit.
I see.
Yeah. We can sit here and talk about the failure rates of the 360, and we can also talk about the failure rates of the PlayStation 3s. And of course, the 360 had a higher failure rate due to the red ring of death, but the yellow light of death and them damn Blu-ray drive failures, they very high on the freaking PlayStation as well. I done had 2 PlayStation 3s that had Blu-ray failures.
You've had 2 PS3s with Blu-ray failures.
Yeah. 2 failures. A 40 gig and an 80 gig.
One thing I noticed on adult gamers is how all the Xbox fans only had one Xbox, never had to buy another, but everybody else
I never said
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One guy even said he went through 12.
I never said it. I went through several Xboxes.
My Xbox I used twice and it broke.
Oh, I'm going to keep it real with you. I remember 2005, I bought an Xbox 360 from Circuit City. Launch day of 2005. Got it home, hit the eject button, and the disc tray shot that thing like a damn bullet. And I took it back and waited to see another Xbox. It died of the red ring of death. I decided not to touch another Xbox until some Microsoft fixed their shit. Now, in the case of Sony, I had never had a problem with Sony, but the issue I always had with them was when they put out them stupid firmware updates. I always will say this, and this is my opinion, this is my belief, that a lot of those damn firmware updates was made to fuck up certain PlayStations. I mean, that's just a fact. I mean, 2009, what was the firmware update?
So it's a fact. So you have information.
It is.
You have
It
information
is.
you can give
It
me.
is a fact.
You have information you can give me to prove
it. It is a fact.
All right. Please show me the British Broadcasting Channel's investigation proving this. Please show me, some kind of information off the article or off an investigator. Please show me.
I ain't gonna. I don't have to show you that. It's a proven fact.
So
that
I
Sony
should just take your word for it.
Yeah. I mean, you don't gotta take my word for it. I mean, you can ask any PlayStation owner who had a console that fucked up due to a firmware update, or got bricked, or the Blu-ray drive went bad due to a firmware update.
You do realize that you can't even compare the Xbox and the PlayStation's failure rates, right?
I mean, yes, I can. I mean, like I said, when it comes down to the PlayStation 3, Sony deliberately made certain firmware updates to mess up certain PlayStations by the serial numbers on the back of them.
Where's your proof?
That's a proven fact.
Where's your proof? You're telling me it's a proven fact. So please present your proof. Because if you're in court, they're not going to just take your word for it. You're going to have to show documents. You're going to have to show specialists. You're going to have to show some proof. So please show me your proof. If not, you can't use that in this debate.
Fine, we won't use it in the debate. I mean, if that's how you want to play it, but I'm just going by how I look at it.
That's how it's supposed to be. When you're in a debate, you're supposed to use facts. You're supposed to be able to back up everything you say.
Here's the facts.
You're supposed to be able to back up everything you say.
Here's the facts. Like I said, the proof's in the pudding. Here's the facts. Anytime
the proof is in the pudding.
Sony put that.
Let's make sure the jury heard that the proof is in the pudding.
The proof's in the pudding.
The proof is in the pudding. It's in the teleprompter now.
If that's how you want to look at it.
Show me something. Show me one thing. One.
Show you one thing.
Show me one thing proving your statement.
Show you. It's easy to find. Let's go on any PlayStation blogosphere and type it in. Look it up. Look how many PlayStation owners complain about their systems being fucked up due to certain firmware updates. They're there.
Yeah, firmware updates can happen on just about anything. Anything can mess up from a firmware update.
Every time the Xbox had a firmware update, or my phone had a firmware update, it never fucked up.
If you go on any forum for any device that has firmware updates, you'll find people with firmware problems.
I ain't never had one. Only with the damn PlayStation.
Only with the PlayStation you've had firmware.
Only with the PlayStation. Yeah. And it seemed like every time they had a firmware update, it was due to releasing a new piece of hardware. They just recently had one when the Super Slim came out where fucking PlayStations were being bricked. So, I'm sorry. I mean, it's whatever.
Whatever is what your statement is. Totally illogical and no proof.
Well, that's your point of view. This is my point.
Someone actually predicted that you would actually do something like that, like an hour ago in the chat.
Well, I am a predictable guy now, ain't I?
So, do you have anything else that you might be able to back up with some actual substantial proof backing up your claims?
It's out there. Give me time, I'll find the shit, but it's out there. Of course, we talking about fucking Sony, so
Yeah, so I know that everything's hidden away, right?
No, I ain't gonna say it's hidden away, but Sony is the snake
what were you implying then?
Sony is the fucking snake of the industry.
Sony's the snake of the industry.
That's right.
Not the company that charges for features that should be free. Not the company that released a broken product and didn't fix it for 7 years.
Well,
but Sony.
Well, I mean, that could be easily debated that PSN is a miserable fail of a service, but you know they getting it together, I guess.
Yeah, you could say that about PSN, but you couldn't prove
I mean,
so.
I can also say that PlayStation Plus is a freaking bait and switch freaking program. They say to give you free games, but in order to play these games, you got to keep paying them. So you know, how is that good for the consumers? You got to keep paying them
because you get to actually play the full games without paying for them.
Well, yeah, until you stop paying, then all that shit you done downloaded for freaking 12 hours is turn back to either a demo or just disappear. I mean,
so
I guess
that takes away your experience of actually playing the games.
Well, it takes away your ownership.
Well, you know, if you don't pay for Xbox Live on the 360, they take away the ownership of half of your games.
Well,
so let's not talk about not paying for something. Let's not talk about not paying for something and then taking away something. Because you can't use half your fucking disc on the Xbox 360. You don't pay for Xbox Live.
I mean, if you're talking about the multiplayer, I mean...
That's every game on your shelf. Cut in half, destroyed, taken away. Goodbye. Toodles.
Oh, you don't want to talk about the DRM?
On what?
Oh, we always talk about your whole fake rage of the DRM.
Are you talking about on the Xbox One?
Oh, if that's what you want to talk about, because that's your primary focus.
But earlier you said we weren't going to talk about the Xbox One and PS4.
Well, you know, you try and turn it that way, but we can.
I was just stating Xbox 360.
Listen, this is how I look at it. This is how it is.
Now we're going to talk about the Xbox One.
I don't really want to talk about the Xbox One, but I do want to.
Okay, so we're going to go back to the Xbox 360
then, right? About the DRM, though. I mean, why do you think one company
we're going to change the subject as soon as you realize that the Xbox 360 games are cut in half when you don't pay for Xbox Live?
How are they cut in half? Oh, because I don't pay gold, I can't play a multiplayer, they cut in half?
Yeah, because you buy the game for $60, but on the 360, unless you pay for Xbox Live Gold, you can't use half the fucking game.
Well, you know, I can still play my single-player campaign, so, you know, that's the most important part of the damn game. I mean, it'd be a different story if that was behind a paywall, but, you know, it's not.
Yeah, but still, they cut the game in half. You can literally take the game, break it in half, and send the rest to Microsoft, because that's essentially what it is.
Yeah, that could be easy debated too, but you know, this is how I look at it.
But you're not going to do it. It could be easy debated, but you're not going to do it.
It's easy debated. It's their servers if they want to.
How is it their servers? When you buy a game like Call of Duty, your Xbox is connecting to Activision servers. So why are you paying for that? Why do you have to pay Microsoft $60 for them to send a signal to your 360 to flip a switch just so that it can have permission to access servers owned by a third party?
I mean, it's like this. It could be said like this. Why does Microsoft always get maps and all this stuff first? You ever thought that Microsoft gives a portion of that money to their third party partners?
Microsoft pays for it. We don't know for sure where they get the capital from to do that. But is that all they can do? They get $60 a year from millions of people, and all they can get is a map pack a month earlier when Sony's pumping out exclusive content with tons of multi-platform games on the PS3 and the PS4.
I mean, if you want to talk about PlayStation multiplayers, I mean, let's keep it real. A lot of that shit's fucking ghost towns.
You want to talk about they're using the money to pay for map packs a month earlier. When Sony's gotten real exclusive content for Blazing Angels, the Batman games, Watch Dogs, Red Dead Redemption, BioShock Infinite, and the original BioShock, Dead Space 2, and tons of other multi-platform games. But they're not charging you a cent though on the PS3. So
Okay, well,
why are they securing
okay,
real exclusive content
so you
while
talking
on the
like,
Xbox platform, all you get is a month early access to map packs?
so you saying that Microsoft don't get none of them perks neither? Is that what you trying to say? That they don't
Show
get?
me your exclusive content. Show me your exclusive content on multi-platform games. Sony has proven that they have it.
Let's
Sony's
see.
proven that they have it.
We can use the Dead Space One. I mean, if I recall that Microsoft Sony each got exclusive suit to their console. I believe Sony got a black suit. Fucking Microsoft got a gold suit. That was one. Let's see what else
Okay,
here.
Sony got exclusive content too.
Yeah,
But
but
but regardless, Sony has secured exclusive content for tons of multi-platform games that no other platform will see. Look at Diablo 3, exclusive content on the PS3 that the PC and the Xbox platform will never see.
and the also said they also got exclusive content.
Wait a second. They did have exclusive content. Xbox 360 did have exclusive content on Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They had Avatar items.
It's
Good old Avatar items, exclusive for the Xbox platform.
Yeah, I do like them shirts they do give out, and them hats and the little
They don't give you any real content for your game, just some bling for your avatar.
Well, bling is always in,
So I guess we're gonna be done with that argument, right? Sony secures exclusive content, Microsoft does not.
I mean, I don't really say they secure content for real. I mean, it's how you want to look at it, but I disagree on that.
That's how it is. I don't care if you disagree. That's how it is. That's just how it is.
It's the same way with the map packs. Sony gets it first.
Exclusive content in games like LA Noire, exclusive content in Mafia 2. Where's that exclusive content for the Xbox?
What exclusive content did for Mafia 2 so I could laugh at it? What content?
Let me look that up real quick. It was exclusive DLC, The Betrayal of Jimmy.
On Mafia 2?
On Mafia 2.
Are you talking about the guy that you play and he escapes from prison, he goes out on a killing spree? I mean, I did download that shit when it came out. You do know that, don't you? On the Xbox 360. I mean, I still got that on my hard drive.
According to the PlayStation blog, like you wanted to go to earlier, Mafia 2's PS3 exclusive DLC, The Betrayal of Jimmy. As it turns out, the DLC will be coming down the line. Before Jimmy can get going on the vendetta, he's got to be double-crossed. As it turns out, the source of material of the DLC is available at launch for free, exclusively for the PlayStation 3 version of Mafia 2. But you want to tell me you have it for the Xbox?
Yeah, I got it for the Xbox.
But you got it for the Xbox?
Yeah.
Well, I disagree, because the fact of the matter is that it's only available on the PS3.
No, it's not. It's on the Xbox.
It's okay. If you believe it's on the Xbox, that's fine.
I mean, I'll tell you what, later on tonight, I'll go on my Xbox and I'll take a picture and show you proof. If that's what you want.
Okay.
If that's what you want.
And just in case by some weird, flabbergast thing that you actually do have it, you'll be on a PS3.
Oh, it's on the 360.
You'll see that you booted your PS3.
It's on the 360. I got it.
But that's only, even if you do prove me wrong, that's only one game. There's still tons of other games. There's still tons and tons of other games with exclusive content on the PS3.
It's the same way with the map packs. What's exclusive, it doesn't say exclusive for long. I mean, it's like Red Dead Redemption. I remember buying it for the PlayStation. And what was it? The elegant suit? I mean, I got that on my 360. I mean, the thing of it is, I mean, when it comes down to these quote-unquote exclusive things, that nothing is exclusive. I mean, eventually probably Titanfall might make its way to the PlayStation 4 and stuff. But that's for another story.
Fat gamer.
I mean, no,
the map packs are just timed exclusive. That's just a month.
I'm just laughing.
On the PlayStation platform, you get real exclusive content.
Yeah, real exclusive content and eventually be given away for free. I get it. I mean, I was on a PlayStation at one time. I know how it works over there. I mean,
evidently you don't know how it works.
Yeah, I was over there because I mean I gotta keep it real. Fucking the PlayStation 3 is a miserable console.
You want to keep it real, but you're telling me that you have PlayStation exclusive content on your Xbox. Yeah. But you say you want to keep it real.
I'm keeping it real. I mean that what you talking about? I got it on my Xbox. I'm going to my download history right now and find it. It'll be posted to Xbox Strong later on tonight for anybody who wants to see it.
Well, okay, whatever, Doesn't change a thing.
No, it doesn't change the thing. I mean, granted, I give Sony kudos. They do get a lot of perks with free shit, but, at the same damn time, they got to do that to get the PlayStation gamers to buy it because they don't really support their brand. That's how it is.
Or they do it just to give the PlayStation an edge over the competition.
I mean, they gotta do something because the PlayStation 3.
I don't really care what your excuse is or what you think that Sony, what their course of action is behind getting the content. The fact of the matter, the content is there.
Have to do it. You gonna do it.
The fact of the matter, the content is there, exclusive on the PlayStation platform.
I mean, a lot of things exclusive on the PlayStation. Even they're exclusive, which, like I said before, after the first couple of weeks or maybe the first month, they a damn ghost town in them fucking lobbies. So, I'll keep paying for Xbox Live. I know that I can still find people playing Halo 3, Gears of War 1, Gears of War 2, Halo Reach. I mean, I can still find people playing those games.
Okay, so you can find people still playing the same games that we've been seeing people talk about for years, just Halo and Gears.
I mean...
What about Code of Saga? What about cool games like that?
I mean...
Those are shut down.
Cool.
Those are gone.
Cool. Those games are cool, but the thing of it is, I mean, which I find kind of funny is that you guys talk about Nintendo, Microsoft milking things, but Sony don't milk their games like Killzone and God of War and oh my goodness. And
I thought we were talking about PlayStation and Xbox, but now we're talking about Nintendo. Why are you bringing up what people say about Nintendo?
I'm just saying how it is. People say everything milks something, but let's keep it real. Certain games sell. If you like Halo, you like Killzone, you like God of War, you like whatever, they're going to be there. They're going to keep making them as long as they make money. I mean, I just don't understand why.
So if you use that kind of rationality that people want to get it just because that's what makes money, why would you earlier talk about, in a negative way, how Sony's milking Killzone and other games?
Well, I mean, I didn't say it. I mean, I'm just saying how Sony fanboys go around acting. Maybe a company milks, but theirs don't.
Well, we're not here to discuss what fanboys say. I don't care what fanboys say.
Well, I mean, I'm just keeping it real. Your whole
You're keeping it real, but you're telling me what fanboys say about Nintendo games?
I mean, your whole clientele of people who view you are Sony fanboys, so that's what it's about. I mean, you gotta round one for the troops, make the Sony fanboys happy, and you do a good job at it.
I don't really care who my viewers are. I have haters and I have fans. I love them both equally.
Yeah, I know you do. But I'm just being honest. Them Sony fanboys, they get behind you. You go, BlackBuster. You take it one for the team. But this is getting off topic. The topic is this. I'm gonna find this damn. I don't know it's in here. Let me find this way at the bottom. I downloaded this shit like 3 years ago, I believe. Let's see here. Well, you go on. I'm still listening to you. I mean. I know they got their popcorn and their pop, and they're like, damn, Fat Gamer, he's a fucking dumb motherfucker, ain't he? But, you know, it's whatever. Like I said, I don't take shit serious. Right now, I'm probably trolling or being, acting like a jackass, but, you know, when it comes to video games, I care less what any of these companies do. I'm just saying, if you like what you like,
you can care less what any of these companies do, but earlier you were talking about how Sony was a snake.
Yeah, they are snakes. I'm going to keep that real. Them motherfuckers are snakes. They snakes in the grass. I mean...
If you didn't care what they did, why would you call it a snake?
I do care what they do to a certain extent with deals with if I buy something from them. Like,
so you don't care, now you do care.
If that's what you want to do, you want to turn words around, I mean, that's on you, but...
You're turning yourself around. This is like the third time you've done this tonight.
Like I said, I mean, right now, I'm acting silly right now, so, you know, I'm not really taking this thing really serious, so I'm just being my normal self, I guess, acting silly. Well, I should be acting serious for once, but where's it at? Damn, I've done downloaded a bunch of shit over the years.
Yeah, I would say defending Microsoft and damage controlling Xbox Live Gold.
What was it called again?
Something about betrayal of Jimmy.
You talking about the Jimmy Vendetta pack?
The betrayal of Jimmy.
It's the same thing, ain't it?
You're telling me the Jimmy Vendetta pack. I'm saying the betrayal of Jimmy. That's two different things.
So you mean tell me that you got me? Let me ring the bell for you because you exposed me.
You wanted to do this yourself. I'm not doing anything. You're exposing yourself.
Oh. Well, you got me on that one. I submit for that one because way it looked like to me when you talking about Jimmy, it sounded like it was Jimmy's Vendetta pack to me. Guy gets out of prison, he seeks revenge, kills whoever, and blah, blah, blah. So, you know, I'd give Sony that one, I guess. I mean, they probably did pay to get that, so, you know, kudos for them, but it's whatever, I guess. What else can we talk about? Oh, come on. You know you having fun, man. It ain't even 10 o'clock yet.
This boy right here. This boy.
Oh, come on. You know damn well you having fun. They having fun, too. Listen to the rantings of a 37-year-old madman.
37-year-old Batman villain.
But no, like I said, I'm not even acting serious. I'm really just sitting here bullshitting. To me, I do this shit for fun. When it comes down to YouTube or any of this shit, I don't give a fuck what anybody say. But it's my whole thing. I get upset with you, BlackBuster, and I'm gonna say before I let you go is, it's okay to be mad at something. It's okay to be pissed off at something. But some damn times you gotta look at
Hello?
at it. That's my whole message about that.
we didn't hear a single thing you said, man. You cut out there.
I cut out?
Yeah, you
Only
cut out.
thing I'm saying is this, man. When it comes down to PSN Plus or Xbox Live, it's what it defines you what type of gamer you are. If you don't mind paying for it, then pay for it. If you don't want to pay for it, get a PlayStation, get a PC, get a Wii U, get whatever you feel fits your gaming needs. In the case of me, the reason why I pay for Xbox Live that most people pay for is because we don't have a problem with it. We don't look at it like Microsoft is screwing us.
So you should just pay for something just because you can.
Yeah, like I said, I get a better experience on the Xbox Live than I do PSN.
So according to you, this is your reasoning here. This is your logic. If you take your car to go get repaired, and the guy charges you $100 more than he should,
I'm gonna keep it
You're willing
real.
to pay that just because you're able to.
I'm gonna be honest
Instead of
with you.
getting a deal, instead of getting a value, you're willing to get fucked over just because you can. Just because
I
you
mean,
get
I
paid for it.
get deals, I get values all the time. Here's the thing: I don't pay $60 a year for Xbox Live. I go on freaking eBay and I get a year Xbox Live for $20 damn when I catch it.
Okay.
So I mean,
That's still $20 too much.
I mean, well, I mean, it's better than paying $24 for freaking 3 months. I mean, that's how I look at it. I mean, you don't have to pay full price for it if you don't want it. You just got to find it, a deal, and go for it. I mean, most Xbox
The
gamers
reason
don't.
why you don't have to pay full price for it because it doesn't have value, which is why you can find it for so cheap. The most expensive part of Xbox Live is producing the cars that they put in the stores.
Well, like I said, I used to pay $59 for it or $49 back in the days. But it's like I said, it's what you want, man. It's who you are. Like I said, I don't mind paying for it. I used to pay for World of Warcraft. I used to pay for all those MMOs and shit. Shit don't bother me, man. Shit,
Well,
fucking
MMOs
money.
are a lot different than Xbox Live.
I mean, how's it different? You're still paying to use it, so,
MMOs have a much bigger cost to cover.
I mean, okay, they got bigger cost to cover, but, I mean, you don't think Microsoft got the same type of cost they got to cover, too?
Look, man.
Firmware updates, research, development, and
all that doesn't really have anything to do with
more,
Xbox Live because
more
they get paid.
They get
paid. Look, dude, they get money from every game that sells. They get money from every console that sells. They get paid from licensing from every developer and publisher. They get paid for licensing for everything that gets sold on the marketplace. They get paid for advertisements on the dashboard. They get $60 a year on top of that.
So it's not okay to
and you're telling me they have to charge you for those 15,000 servers that ran those little tiny things on Xbox Live.
I don't look at it that way. I look at them, they get this is more profit for them, I mean, Sony's doing it eventually now, they doing it, so, it don't really matter. I mean, y'all got PlayStation Plus, man. They give you free games for a limited time, and,
They give you free games across
platforms. I mean, you got paid for their cloud service.
3 different platforms.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, they both got their model set that they want you to if you want to use their service, pay for it. If you don't want to pay for it, then stick with their, either the silver or the regular PSN. I mean, but
but the difference is that on the Sony platform, you actually get value back for paying for PlayStation Plus.
I don't really look at it that way.
You don't look at it in any kind of line.
I don't look at it that way. I mean, value. I mean, I had spent a lot of money on PlayStation Day exclusive day one and try to jump into a lobby like the couple months down the road and can't find nobody to play this shit. I mean, or go on my friends list and most of them are on fucking Netflix or Hulu. So, I mean, I'll stick on Xbox Live. Thank you.
So you base it off what your friends do. That's how you determine what you pay money for.
That's just fact. I mean, they did say...
You base what you pay money for by what your friends are doing.
I mean, no, I didn't say. I'm just keeping it real, man. I mean, I go on Xbox Live right now. Friends hop on. Yeah, let's hop in this game. Let's hop in this game. Go on PSN. I mean, message him. Well, I'm watching a movie right now. I don't want to do that. Let's jump in the white room and talk. I mean, yeah. I mean, I can see why you guys like that stuff. I mean, it is free. You pay for what you get, I guess. If you like dog shit service, and stick with Sony. I mean,
how is Sony's service dog shit?
It's dog shit, man. I mean, the shit fucking freezes, it crashes. I mean, if that motherfucking shit freezes up or crashes, I mean, you might lose your saves and your data. Then you gotta reinstall shit to the fucking hard drive. I mean, who wants to go through that shit? Then if you want to avoid all of that...
That happens on all devices.
Shit. Shit, I don't know who you talking to. Them damn motherfuckers crash all the time, man. Them motherfuckers freezes all the time. I've had like 4 PlayStations, man. Don't tell me that lie, man.
You've had 4 PlayStations.
Yes, right. Not I had 5 really. I had 2. I had 2 Fat Boys and 3 Slims.
I'm pretty sure earlier you said 3.
Gig. I had an 80 gig. I had a 160, and I had 2 320s. So
earlier you said like 2 or 3, but now it's like 5.
I mean, you know, well, you know, PlayStations, they all the same. I mean, you can't tell one turd from the other, so you know. I mean, the only thing is one smells bad. That's one way you could tell the difference, I guess. I mean, one might got corn, one might got like a blood clot on it, you know. I mean, they're all shit.
Well, since you seem to have no viable arguments regarding the subject, let's talk about the video you made. What was that all about?
What's that? I didn't hear you.
The video you made.
The video?
Yeah, the video you made.
Oh, shit, I made 2. Which one?
The one where you said that what I'm doing is dangerous and malicious.
Oh, yeah, it is dangerous and malicious what you're doing, man.
How is what I'm doing dangerous and malicious?
You remind me of a person out of an old Universal horror movie, like an old Frankenstein movie, riling up the village people to go take out the monster, man. I mean, that's kind of reckless and dangerous, man. Because you round up these delusional Sony fanboys, and I mean, that ain't cool, man. I mean, it's okay to be mad about something, but to go out and just create a lynch mob, I mean, come on, man. That shit's not cool.
I'm creating a lynch mob.
Yeah, you create a lynch mob, man. I mean, let's keep it real. Most people, they're not mad.
You say you don't take it serious, but you claim that I'm creating a lynch mob.
I mean,
and what I'm doing is malicious and dangerous.
Listen, this is what you're doing. Article might come out. Microsoft is going to charge $75 more for fucking Xbox Live. You have to pay $75 a year. You'll go on there. How dare they charge us $10 more? Blah, blah, blah. And the thing I don't understand is you're not going to get it. So why are you mad? Why are you mad?
It's not a value, and because it's not good for gamers. That's why.
I mean, so is GameStop. GameStop's not good for gamers. I mean,
that's why I don't shop there.
Well, yeah, but let's keep it real. You got pissed about the whole used game thing, and who profits from the whole used game thing? I mean, GameStop. I mean, you buy a game for $60, you play, you beat it.
GameStop is evil and Microsoft is evil.
How is that? No, I didn't hear you, man. I'm kind of deaf. What'd you say?
I said GameStop is evil and Microsoft is evil.
I don't look at Microsoft as evil. I mean,
you don't look at Microsoft as evil.
I don't. I mean, I looked at Microsoft trying to just take a stand to this bullshit.
They sold you a broken piece of hardware for 7 years. That's not evil?
I mean, I'm going to keep it real.
Every single Xbox out there has the ability to break your disc. Only because Microsoft removed a little rubber protector around the eye of the laser inside the actual DVD drive.
Well, you know, yeah, a lot of them early 360s were shit, you know, but
yeah, but even the newer ones can still scratch discs.
Well, I debate that. I mean, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't buy discs. I mean, I mostly buy downloads. I mean, that's how I look at it. I mean, why buy a damn disc? I mean, what's the point of a disc anyways? I mean, they get scratched, they get stolen, motherfuckers. Even kids the PlayStation, I mean, I prefer to download all my games, but this takes so damn long to download shit over there, man. I mean, that's some long-ass download times on that shit.
What are you talking about?
I'm just talking about Sony's freaking marketplace. Are you
telling me like downloads and patches take longer on the PS3?
I mean, I'm just being
honest. Is that what you're saying?
What's that now?
Are you trying to tell me like patches and updates take longer on the PS3?
I ain't talking about updates. I'm talking about it takes long to fucking download the fucking game. I'm talking about a full retail game. Like, let's just take like Uncharted. Try downloading that shit. See how long it fucking takes. I mean, the shit's fucking slow. Then it downloads, then it fucking does all this stupid shit. Like it's, I don't want to get into it. It's just fucking aggravating.
I never had an issue with downloading stuff on the PlayStation.
I mean,
I had tons of games on there.
I mean, that's good for you. I mean, I'm just being honest. That shit takes forever, man.
Maybe you should upgrade your internet.
I don't know. I got a pretty good internet for real. I mean, on my Xbox, I downloaded a fucking game. I could download 4 full retail games that would take under 2 hours. I do that same thing on the PlayStation. That shit's about damn near 10 to 12 hours.
What sizes are we talking? You talking about 4 full games?
Full retail games. I'm talking about full retail games.
4 full retail games, right? That's what you said?
4 retail games. It takes longer to download on the fucking PlayStation than a damn Xbox.
And you said how long it takes you to download that?
If I download
a couple hours? You said a couple hours, right?
If I download 4 full retail games on my 360, it takes about 2.5 hours to do it.
So you can download 32 gigabytes in about 2.5 hours.
They about 6.5 or 7.8. I mean, most of them games on the fucking Sony is the same thing, 7 and 6. I mean, I did try to do God of War 3. That motherfucker was kind of big. That shit was like a damn day and a half. So, you know. But, you know, I'm just being honest, man. The download speed on the PlayStation 3 is slow.
Well, games are bigger on the PS3, so...
Yeah, I mean, that motherfucker was a big-ass burly bitch, too. That damn fat boy. I did like the fat PlayStations.
It makes sense that game would take longer because some games on the PS3 are bigger.
Well, yeah, I mean... And the thing I didn't really like is, which I'm kind of dreading on the Xbox One, I don't like that whole mandatory install shit. That's why I'm going digital, so I avoid all that bullshit. I mean, like I said, damn discs are a thing of the past. I mean, fuck DVD.
Well, it's not really going to make a difference because if you download it, it's going to take longer than just installing it.
Yeah, you know.
So you're not really avoiding anything. You're just making your wait time longer.
Well, you know, it's less wear and tear. It's worth it. I mean, anything you download takes forever. Any big file, I guess. But, you know, I prefer my shit downloadable. I mean, anything on my damn 360 is a downloadable game. All the games I have on my PlayStation, majority of those are downloadable games. I'm not talking about that PlayStation Plus dog shit free garbage. I'm talking about actual shit I bought. So, you know, it's vice versa, I guess.
Okay, so you know, it takes longer for you. That's fine, I guess. I don't really care about that.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just being honest. It's saying the PlayStation 3 is a terrible system. I hope somebody fixed everything with the 4. I hope they did.
We're still waiting for you to prove that statement.
I mean, I'm gonna get the 4. I'm gonna get the Xbox One. I mean, I have on every Sony device.
So I guess you're not going to back that up and prove that statement that the PS3 was terrible.
What statement is true?
No, we're still waiting for you to actually prove that. That's all.
What? It takes
the PS3 was terrible.
The PlayStation 3 is terrible?
Yeah, that's
it is terrible.
Said. We're still waiting for you to prove that.
Terrible. Okay, I'm going to give you a point. Here's his point. I watched Microsoft fix their console, made it better. I've seen Sony take a console that was badass and just
wait.
They just downgraded their console, man. They removed features. They removed stuff from it that made that console unique. And don't sit here and say that the PlayStation 3 is still bad.
Earlier, you just told me of a feature that Microsoft removed. So why are you using that against Sony when Sony just removed like one feature? Same thing for Microsoft.
So they removed backwards compatibility, fold at home, Linux, the slot card reader, and I mean they removed a lot of shit that was kind of badass about the PlayStation.
If you cared about that stuff, you would have bought it when they had it. It was available for you to buy.
I mean, I wanted a 60 gig FANBOY, but I couldn't find one. So
So you're going to make a point that Sony is bad because they released a console that had all this really cool shit in it, and later iterations of the console didn't have that in there and made it cheaper.
No,
but
this is what Sony did.
But you're congratulating Microsoft because they released a console that was a piece of shit, that was made to break, that didn't even have HDMI.
Actually, I mean,
and upgraded it over time.
I mean, actually, in the case of the early 360, I didn't care that much for them. I had a PlayStation.
No Wi-Fi. There was no Wi-Fi in the thing. There was no HDMI port.
Okay, I mean,
and you want to tell me Microsoft released a great console?
Okay, they had HDMI Wi-Fi. I get it, but let's keep it real. The PlayStation 3 20 gig, a $549 console had no built-in Wi-Fi, but they would charge you $500 for that son of a bitch.
And if you wanted Wi-Fi, you'd buy the version that had the HDMI and the fucking Wi-Fi in it.
But you think that's okay for Sony to charge somebody that ludicrous price for a machine that didn't have a key feature in Wi-Fi? You had to plug that shit into a fucking telephone socket. So
and all 360s you had to plug in or buy a $100 Wi-Fi adapter.
I mean,
until their newest iteration with the black Xbox.
That's true too, but you got to remember the 360 was a freaking $300 damn dollar. I mean, I take back a $399 console compared to a freaking $549.
And you still had to buy everything else to make it a fully functional device. It may have been cheaper, but you still had to shell out $100 for fucking Wi-Fi.
I mean, listen, we talking about 2005.
You had to shell out $100 for Wi-Fi. What, $29, $25 for a battery pack for the damn controllers? You had to shell out all kinds of shit, man. That shit added up over time. Plus, each year you had to pay for Xbox Live.
Well, like I said, I mean...
And let's not forget the answer to Blu-ray HD DVD.
Well, I didn't really look at Blu-ray or HD
and let's not forget, they sold you a 120 gigabyte hard drive for $149.99.
I mean, that could be said about Sony freaking price gouging people for PS Vita memory cards. I mean, that shit's kind of high for some flash memory. I'm sorry, $100 for a 65.
I thought we were talking PS3 and 360. But
I mean, we're going to talk about
the Vita now. We're going to talk about the Vita.
We are talking about Sony and Microsoft in general. I mean, we just lay it on the table. I mean, proprietary hard drives. Okay, yeah, they fucking expensive. I mean, I wish they did what Sony did and let you choose what size hard drive you want in it. I mean, that would have been kick ass. But they went the whole proprietary thing. I mean.
And let's not forget, your point earlier is that the PS3 when it came out was expensive, but you do realize that Blu-ray drives at the time were like $1,000.
Yeah. They also were somewhere $1,000 if my memory serves me right.
For the PS3, you got a deal.
I mean, that's what you call a deal. Ken Kutaragi telling motherfuckers get a second job to buy the son of a bitch a deal. I mean, go for it. I mean, I didn't really see the value in it for real.
You just told me that you remember that Blu-ray drives are really expensive, and you just told me that the 20 gigabyte PS3 was like $500, but you don't see the value in that. When you just told me the price.
I didn't see the value in it because at the time, HD TVs were $3,000 and $4,000. I mean, in order to get the use out of stuff, you had to have a high definition TV, and most people in them days are still using those CRT televisions. So, to me, it wasn't a value or a deal. I mean, let's keep it real. The PlayStation 3 was a Trojan horse device for Sony to sell more Bravia televisions.
If that's how you feel, if they want to sell it along with their TVs, that's Sony. That's their franchise. That's their devices. So who cares if they were selling it with TVs?
I mean, that was the whole plan. That was their plan. They were trying to do with the PlayStation 3 what the PS2 did. They put all this shit in thinking people would buy it and buy more shit, and that's good for Sony, but it didn't work out that way, did it? I mean, people didn't buy Bravias. They went out and bought Samsungs, LGs, and these other cheaper
I don't care about Sony's TV sales.
I mean, I'm just letting you know how I look at it. Sony thought they had their console with the value in the deal. I didn't look at it that way. I mean, most people didn't look at the PlayStation like that.
Still outsold the 360 around the same period of time.
I mean, if you call that a console,
PS3 in its first year sold more than the 360 did in its first year.
This year?
No, when they first came out.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of Sony drones did go out and get it. They were shooting and robbing and killing each other to get the damn things. I mean, they had to make Daddy Ken happy. So, I mean, yeah, that is true. But I remember a little game called Gears of War came out that helped the 360, too.
Yeah, I remember playing it on my PC.
Well, yeah, the PC version was pretty good, though. But, you know, it did show the capabilities of the 360, because a lot of people said the 360 was current gen hardware, but when that game came out, it proved it wrong. So, you know.
And then Gears of War got destroyed by Uncharted with graphics.
Well, yeah, I mean that is true later down the road, but let's keep it real. A lot of the early PlayStation 3 games were terrible, like that Gundam Crossfire. I mean, that shit was atrocious, and that fucking card, that damn Yu-Gi-Oh card game they had. I mean, I don't know what the fuck that shit was about.
I think it was like Eye of Truth or something like that.
I think the only game
that was actually good. That was good.
I think the only game my PlayStation gamers played during the early days was Mortar Storm and Resistance Fallen Man. Those are only two games that PlayStation gamers had for a long time. Because Sony thought the third-party support would still be strong with them, but it didn't happen that way because GTA 5, GTA 4, Devil May Cry, a lot of things started jumping on to Microsoft, and everybody's getting pissed off, and Sony had to start making exclusives. They had to start pumping out exclusives. Like The Last Guardian, a game that will never come out. It'll probably be like Duke Nukem Forever. A game that just needs to be thrown in the garbage. Just scrap it.
Oh, like Milo, the game that was supposed to revolutionize with Kinect. When's that coming out?
What, Connectables?
No, I'm talking about Milo.
Oh, well, you know. I'm not looking forward to it, so you know.
But Sony still came out the woodworks and destroyed Microsoft in exclusives. So
I beg to differ. I mean,
if you go to any aggregate website like Game Rankings and you count the exclusives on each one that are highly rated, you'll see more on the Sony platform than on the Xbox 360.
Well, I mean, that might be true, but the thing you're not looking at is that a lot of those exclusives that Sony pumped out, I mean, you go right now on PSN and play their multiplayer for free, like Starhawk is one of them. The multiplayer for Uncharted 3 is free. I think Killzone 3 is free, too, if I'm right. Or you could pay for the multiplayer, which is $14. I mean, I'm sorry, BlackBuster, but, you know, Sony gamers don't support Sony. I mean, Sony does a lot of good things for them, but they ungrateful bastards. I'm sorry. They ungrateful little bastards, man. They ungrateful, man.
So you're basing this off of what the people on your friends list playing.
I have seen Sony bend over backwards for these fucking people. Their damn fan base, and then their fan base keeps shitting over them by going to GameStop. Instead of buying the game new, they'd rather wait for the game to be used. I have seen this practice more times than many from from PlayStation gamers.
So you've actually been monitoring all the PlayStation gamers, all 76 million plus of them, to know this information.
Yeah, I mean, let's take Infamous 2. Everybody's excited for Infamous Second Son, but I remember when Infamous 2 came out, I remember buying that game day one. It was mountains and mountains of copies of that game. And I asked the guy at GameStop, how many copies did people get? He said, I was the second person to get this game. I go back the following Friday. That same mountain of copies was still there. I mean, what pisses
So
me
you're
off.
basing all this information off of what you experienced at one single store.
No, it's not one single store.
So you've traveled around to all the other stores to gather information.
That's not just one store. That's every damn GameStop in my area I went to that had the same pile of fucking games.
So you went to every single one in your area to gather this information about Infamous.
I mean, no, you just go in the damn store and you see that freaking mountain of shit covering dust, man.
So you actually went in there to look at their stacks of Infamous and saw the dust.
Nobody bought Infamous 2. I'm being factual. Nobody bought it for real. A few people bought it, but not the people who are excited for Infamous Second Son. I mean, that's why I'm saying, how can you be excited for the third installment in a franchise, but you didn't go out and support the second one the way you claiming you excited for the third one? I mean, I'm sorry.
Maybe people just bought PlayStation Plus when Infamous 2 was given away for free.
It was free on PlayStation Plus. What was it? Last year?
They gave away Infamous 2 and Little Big Planet 2 if you bought PlayStation Plus.
So you mean to tell me these people waited for a game to be free instead of going out and buying it and supporting it and showing their love to Sony by supporting them? Like, yeah, thanks, Sony. I'm going to buy your game.
So buying PlayStation Plus is not showing love for Sony.
I mean, listen. Infamous 2 came out, 2011, I believe? Or was it 2011? You mean to tell me people waited till 2012 to download it for free with Little Big Planet?
I'm sure that was an alternative for many people.
I mean,
if you can get a game for free, why not?
How's that helping? So you mean to tell me everybody's Notre Dame, they predicted that Sony was going to give this game away for free. I mean, that's probably why Sony been giving away a lot of shit for free, because they know their gamers don't support them. I mean,
if that's what you believe, that's fine, but it really doesn't matter what you believe.
I mean, it's not what I believe. It's just the truth. I mean, Sony gamers don't support Sony.
If you believe that's the truth, that's fine. No one really cares about that.
I mean, that's the honest truth. Sony gamers don't support Sony. I remember when Gears of War 3 came out.
Yeah, the PS3 is outselling the Xbox 360, but Sony gamers don't support Sony.
That's fine. I mean, a lot of people need a Blu-ray player. I mean, it is the cheapest Blu-ray player on the market, and it is the best Blu-ray player on the market. If you want to watch movies, get a PlayStation 3. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm trying to tell you is Xbox gamers support Microsoft. They buy their games. Let's take Infamous 3 and Gears of War 3. I remember Gears of War 3 came out. People went out in droves to get that game.
There is no Infamous 3.
When Infamous 3 came out, I'm sorry, it was like a freaking ghost town. I mean,
there is no Infamous 3.
Not Infamous, Uncharted 3.
It's a ghost town because it's.
I'm talking about Uncharted 3. I mean, all Sony games look alike. I mean, they're both bland.
Uncharted and Infamous look alike.
I mean, they're both Sony games that nobody cares about, so they look alike to me. You know, all that Sony shit looks alike. I mean, the only good Sony game they probably had this whole entire generation was Ratchet & Clank, Tools of Destruction, Quest for Booty, and A Crack in Time. Those are the three best games I played on the PlayStation. Everything else was freaking shit. I mean, even God of War 3 was good. I did enjoy that, and the Jack and Daxter collection. I mean, I'm a nostalgic PlayStation gamer. I remember when PlayStation was actually good, when they had actually good games. I mean, not like freaking Twisted Metal, which was actually a glorified downloadable game that they charged $60 for. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, that game was fucking terrible.
Well, if that's how you feel. I mean, it has like what? It's got a pretty good score on Metacritic and Game Rankings.
it might got a good score, but you know, Sony fanboys, they'll freaking thumb, so they'll thumb anything up just because it makes them feel good about their insecurity.
Well, it's not Sony fanboys that add to the score. It's reviewers from websites like IGN, GameSpot, Yahoo.
You ain't talking about Greg Miller and Colin Moriarty. I mean, the two biggest Sony wads on the face of the earth. I mean, yeah, I mean, they'll freaking suck up Jack Trenton if you let them. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, Sony is the darling in the gaming industry, man. Everybody loves Sony, but you know, it's just Microsoft everybody has a problem with, which is kind of laughable, but you know. But you know, that's how it always goes. I mean, the bastard child takes the whooping, but he will always be the better child. But you know, that's what it is. That's the way it is. I mean, like I said, I wish Sony well with everything they're doing. I mean, I hope they make money. I hope Tab Farai turns everything around for them, because Howard Stringer did run that company in the ground. I mean, I'm sorry. You know, who knows? Maybe Sony might go back to the glory days. Maybe we might see some more Namco museums and another Splinter.
Glory days is still going because they have more exclusive titles that are highly rated than the Xbox does.
I mean, are we talking current Xbox? Are we talking about right now? I mean, if you count in all the downloadable indie games, I mean, I don't.
If you go to somewhere like Game Rankings and you count all the highly rated exclusives on each platform, Sony has more on the PS3 than the Xbox 360.
Yeah, but that's true too. But you got to remember too, a lot of Sony's exclusives, they might have a lot of them. A lot of them are pretty irrelevant. I'm sorry.
You feel that they're irrelevant. If that's how you feel, that's fine. We know the Xbox fanboys are all about how they feel and what they personally believe.
This is how it is. If you look at all the games that came on the PlayStation 3, a lot of those games are PS2 rehashes, God of War Collection, Eco Collection, Ratchet and Clank Collection. What else they had? Jack and Daxter. I mean, a lot of this shit was freaking...
Gears 2, Gears 3, Gears Judgment,
I mean, yeah,
Forza 3, Forza 4, Forza Horizon.
I mean,
Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo Reach, Halo ODST, rehashes.
But the thing about them is, though, those are relevant. I mean, the shit I'm talking about these freaking collections Sony was putting out. Freaking God of War collection and all that old bullshit. I mean, even
collections came out on the Xbox 360 too, right?
But you saying Sony got all these exclusives. I'm just pointing out the fact a lot of these exclusives they had were a lot of rehashed collections. They were filler games.
You know that the Xbox 360 had collection games too, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, you can sit there and say that, but I mean, Sony had more collections than freaking Microsoft did. I mean,
that's because Sony owns more franchises and better franchises than Microsoft.
Well, yeah, I mean, let's keep it real. The original Xbox, the only thing it had on it was Conker's Live Reloaded, freaking Fable, and what else it had? It had them damn Microsoft games. I mean, that's pretty much was basically on the original Xbox, and of course Halo 1 and 2, but
I mean, if you wouldn't pick up like a Ratchet and Clank collection with some of the best games that have been out there, then you're nuts. Who cares if they're old? They're upgraded and they've been upscaled, and you got what 3 or 4 games all in one disc. That's awesome.
Yeah, but it's a freaking bait and switch thing. I mean, you can still play the bait and switch. It's a Ratchet and Clank collection. Let me explain how it was of games. How is that bait and switch? Let me explain how it was a bait and switch. I mean, you got played all those games.
You don't know the meaning of bait and switch.
Let me finish. You got played all those games. You just said it's the kept in backwards compatibility. Sony fucked their gamers over by removing backwards compatibility so they can make more profit off shit that people already own. It's just in HD, but it's really just upscale fucking 720 from 480, and who gives a care? I'm sorry, it's the truth.
So you're comparing backwards compatibility to a collection of several games that have been reworked, upscaled,
it's not a collection.
Applied with trophies, and have other PS3 features.
I don't look at it that way.
You don't look at it the factual way.
I don't look at it that way. A collection is something that you build over years, not something you go to the store, pay $29 for, have a bunch of shit on one damn disc that they charging you fucking money for games that you might already owned.
So now you're giving the word collection your own definition to match your argument.
Don't get me wrong. Mario All-Star is the greatest collection ever made. But God of War collection isn't a Mario All-Star. Or Sly Cooper collection. I'm sorry. I just don't look at those games.
So God of War is not Sly Cooper collection.
Those games were freaking rehash shit they were trying to make more money off of. I'm surprised.
Super Mario All-Stars was rehash shit from the NES? Is
that
what you're saying?
Even Killzone.
Is that what you're saying?
What's that now?
Are you telling me that Super Mario All-Stars was rehash shit from the NES?
No, Mario All-Star, you didn't hear me. Mario All-Star is the greatest collection ever made. Those are the greatest gems in gaming.
So that's not rehashed?
No.
They were upscaled and updated for the Super Nintendo.
Because there's only been one Mario 3.
But it's the same thing. It's the same thing as what they're doing with the PS2 games for the PS3.
Okay, here's the thing. God of War 1, 2. Even the freaking PSP games. Same storyline. You got fucking Kratos mad at somebody. You're going to kill some god or some fucking demigod. So it's the same shit to me. In the case of Mario, you get like a raccoon suit.
Mario's not the same shit just because you got different power-ups you can get. That's the same thing with God of War. You have different power-ups you can get, and the goal's the same.
But no, I don't look at it. I just look at Sony took out backwards compatibility to sell you this shit, or take portable games and put them on a disc, and so you could play them on your PlayStation. I'm sorry.
If you wanted backwards compatibility, you had the opportunity to buy backwards compatibility. If you're upset about backwards compatibility not being there, that is your own damn fault. It was made available for you to buy. If you made the conscious decision not to buy it, that's you.
Listen, I could play any old Xbox game on my 360. I can play Jet Set Radio.
That's not true.
Whatever. Huh?
The Xbox 360 has limited backwards compatibility.
Well,
But you told me you could play any Xbox game.
Yeah. They probably removed them now, but I think I still got Jet Set Radio. I think I still play it on it. I think I still play the original Fable on it, and Halo 2. I'm sure I still play those games on it. I might have to find out. But what I'm saying is, I don't see Microsoft really doing a whole lot of that crazy shit. Granted, we do got the Fable anniversary collection coming out. That is gonna be kind of badass. But that's just one game. In the case of Sony, I'm just sorry. They just
the Halo anniversary game's already out.
Okay, the anniversary. These are anniversary collections I'm aware of on the Xbox. You had the Halo anniversary, and you got Fable coming out end of the year. Those are two that I'm aware of. In case of Sony, you got Ratchet and Clank, God of War, Sly Cooper, Jak and Daxter, Prince of Persia. The list just goes on and on to that shit. And I know Prince of Persia is a third party, but still, it's a fucking collection, and it's garbage, and who cares? It's, it's just redundant shit, man. I mean, I'm
So
sorry.
your point is, who cares, which makes it totally
I mean,
irrelevant, right?
even the PlayStation 1 classics, even now the PlayStation 2, even the thing they want to do with guy to stream your PlayStation 3 games. This is what I'm kind of pissed off with the 360, Sony and Microsoft. I mean, don't fuck your customers over by removing certain things they might
Well, that's
appeal.
my entire point about the Xbox 360. Don't fuck your customers over.
Well, Sony's doing the same thing. I mean, the whole guy cop thing, streaming your fucking PS3, PS2 games over the cloud. I mean, to me, that's bullshit. I'm not with all that.
Sony doesn't have a choice. They don't want to use the cell. You can't emulate a game that runs on a cell on a regular 8-core processor.
Well, I mean, it's not my fault. If
it was already hard to program for, what makes you think they can emulate it?
Well, nobody told them to go with that sales shit. I mean, that was a gamble they lost. I mean, even Microsoft.
They lost, yet they released more exclusive titles that are highly rated than the Xbox 360. They lost, even though they sold more than the Xbox 360.
The few titles Microsoft got are more relevant and more popular than what Sony has. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
If that's how you feel, that's fine.
Don't see Microsoft giving away free multiplayers to Halo or Gears of War just to get people to play them. I'm sorry.
Look, Microsoft is not prone to give things away because Microsoft knows you'll pay for it.
Man.
They know they'll pay for it.
Okay.
Just look at Halo ODST. Bungie wanted to release that for $39.99 because they knew it wasn't a full $60 title. But Microsoft, they came out and said, we personally believe this game is worth the $60, so we're changing it to $60. And they made gamers pay for a shitty 10-hour campaign and to rebuy the Halo 3 multiplayer.
I mean, really. I mean, Sony did the same thing with freaking Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal was a fucking $15 game they charged full price for. Come on, man. Don't do that. I mean, let's keep it real. Both these companies, they do some scandalous shit when they want to, but you got to be transparent. I mean, if you're going to ridicule one, you got to ridicule them all for doing this shit.
Yeah, Sony is so scandalous because they give customers
Sony
they give customers a deal.
Sony's scandalous, motherfucker. I'm sorry, man. Even when it came down to E3, man, that day, damn well that PlayStation 4 was gonna be $500 damn dollars for that damn camera in it, man. I don't want to hear we care about our gamers. No, you don't, motherfuckers. Yeah. You motherfuckers are bankrupt. Y'all doing anything y'all can to sell that train wreck of a system. I mean, I'm sorry.
Well, I could say the same about Microsoft for coming out with what they had, and they're the ones being desperate, and they're doing whatever it takes to make a sale.
I mean, because
what you're saying doesn't apply to Sony, but it applies directly to Microsoft. Sony hasn't had to make any changes. Sony hasn't had to make any 180s. Sony hasn't had to revamp their policies and the way they do business.
I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, in the case of Xbox One, it was okay.
Sony's carrying over exactly what they've been doing on the PS3.
Microsoft was fine with what they had at E3. It was just the outcrying of the Sony fan base. I'm going to be honest here. When all this stuff came out about what Microsoft proposed to do.
So it was only the Sony fan base that was upset when...
You're going to let me
You're saying it was only the Sony fan base when they were losing 17-1 in the Amazon poll. Is that only the Sony fan base voting?
Listen, I don't care about polls and all that and pre-orders because that shit can easily be, that shit's like the damn presidential campaign or race. That shit could easily change at the last minute. But this is all I'm going to say.
No, it pretty much ended at 19-1, I believe.
When November, and I know we're running kind of late. I don't want you to be late for your podcast. But this is what I'm saying. When November 15th comes, the truth will come out about the PlayStation 4 that is a crock of shit. It's going to be more of the same shit that Sony been doing since the release the PSP and the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation Vita.
Oh no, it's gonna be the same as the PS3, the PSP, the PS Vita. Good deals, value. Oh no.
I mean,
what will we ever do?
Sony only made 2 consoles that were actually good machines. The PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. I give my utmost respect for those 2 consoles. I have no love for the PSP, the Vita, the 3. I mean, in the case of the 4, it's still left to be determined. I'm going to wait and see what this thing is going to do before I make my fair assessment on it. But in the case of the PSP, I had a PSP. I bought all those damn UMD movies, and just like the whole HD DVD Apple whatever add on to the 360, same thing, man. It was money wasted, man. I mean, I bought all those damn UMDs, Talladega Night, and all that bullshit, and when they lost support for it, I took it to the GameStop, and they tell me we'll give you 25 cents for the shit. So, you know, I mean.
You bought the HD DVD drive?
No, I didn't buy HD DVD drive. I'm just saying, it's money wasted. The UMDs are just like that thing. It was money wasted. It was just something that wasn't needed. Hell no. I mean, I didn't have a... Why do I need HD DVD for? I mean, I didn't even have a freaking high-def TV to even get the full use out of it.
Oh, that's weird. I did.
I mean, I had a... Like I said, I just had a 360 using an RS switch plugged into an old fat box TV. I mean... So, you know, I mean, like I said, 2005, you know, nobody knew what the future held for these consoles. I will say this, the Sony did future-proof the PlayStation 3. I will give them credit where credit is due. They did future-proof the PlayStation 3. I will say that. But it's a shame that they downgraded their vision just to make fucking money by trying to sell it.
No, give me one second. Give me 1 second.
Oh, boy.
All right. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead. Sorry about that.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I look at it. I mean, Sony destroyed a good console in all those revisions. I mean, look at the Super Slim. Jesus Christ, man. What the fuck is that thing?
It's a PS3 with really, really small surface area and very compact and silent with all the features still packed in.
I mean, I don't give them a nobody say. You ask your listeners, and they'll probably say, as you ask them, what was the best model of the PlayStation? I bet they always say the original fat models were the best models, hands down. Hands down. I mean, the Slims are okay, but that Super Slim, that thing's a piece of shit. I mean, I'm sorry.
Okay, buy the other Slim then.
What's that now?
Then buy the other Slim.
I mean, I would love to have another fat model, but I'm not about to be price gouging paying $1,000 for one neither. But, I mean, that's the only PlayStation I would want at this time is another fat model. I like the fat boys. I don't like the Slims or the Super Slims. The fat model was the best model of the PlayStation, hands down. Hands down. That was the best model. And I salute any of your listeners who still got their fat boy. You got my salute. Because that's the best place. That was the best console that Sony made. And it just sucks.
Earlier you said the PS3 was dog shit.
I mean, the service is dog shit. The hardware is awesome. PSN is shit. I'm sorry. PSN is garbage.
Well, you weren't able to prove that, so we're not going to get into that again.
I mean, no, we ain't going to get in it. When it comes down to hardware, Sony knows their hardware. But in the case of Microsoft, Microsoft knows their software. It's a shame that these two can't come together and make one kick-ass console.
Well, that's because Microsoft is so intent on fucking gamers.
I mean, in the case of, if that would ever come together, that this evil unity will come together, I don't think Microsoft would charge for Xbox Live because it wouldn't be their hardware.
Microsoft is always going to want to maximize their own profits at our expense. They don't care about giving us a value or giving us a good deal.
I mean, that goes for any day. That could go for freaking McDonald's, man.
Sony gives you access to relatively new titles that just came out within the last year or two. Microsoft gives you Defense Grid. Whoa. They give you Assassin's Creed 2, Halo 3.
Well, yeah, but the thing of is, I mean,
games for gold. They're giving you gold, right?
They're free. They're free games.
Giving you 5-year-old gold.
I mean, they're free games. They're yours to keep. If you want them, fine. If you don't, that's fine. I'm sorry though, but I don't. PSN Plus. I mean, when I was a PSN Plus member, they gave away a lot of old ass games like Saint Rose 2. I mean, for real, Saint Rose 2.
Well, right now you can get like Hitman Absolution and some other cool stuff.
I mean, yeah, but this is like I said. I mean, they even gave out freaking BioShock 2, and those games, like I said, games are good. Those games are good, but they're not.
I mean, hell, just buying PlayStation games, you get more games that way, like how BioShock Infinite came with the original BioShock on the same disc.
Okay, the difference with Sony and Microsoft do. Microsoft, they give you free games for a limited time. They're yours to keep, whether you a gold member or not. They're yours. Sony.
Are you talking about the 2 free games they give each month?
That's what we're talking about, yeah.
That's only for gold members. Silver members don't have access to that. That's why it's called Games for Gold.
I mean, PlayStation Plus, I mean, they give you free games, but free games are for either 3 months or to a year. I mean, you can't keep unless you keep paying them. I mean, what's the value? What's the point of that? That's what I wonder. What is the value?
People are willing to pay for PlayStation Plus because the value they get out of it is more than they pay.
I mean, okay, you pay Sony for PlayStation Plus to use
pay $50 a year to get access to tons of games. Like right now they have Resident Evil, I think it's like Chronicles HD Collection. You get Uncharted 3, Little Big Planet, Karting, Saints Row the Third, XCOM Unknown, and a ton of other games. And you get that on the PS3, and you get access to games on the PS Vita as well.
I mean, that's true, too. I'm going to have PlayStation.
So why wouldn't you pay $50 a year so you can play games for free and not have to spend money on them?
But like I said, though, the thing of it is...
And then you also get exclusive deals in the store from $10 to $75 off.
Okay. I'm still sorry to say this, but you are still paying them to keep playing those games, man. I mean... I'm sorry. I mean, who wants to keep paying a company to play a game? You might as well. You came out cheaper just buying a game. That
argument you're using is applied to the Xbox 360 ever since 2005.
I mean,
you are paying Microsoft just to play your games.
Well, no, I use other things, and it also improves the service. It keeps it, makes it better, you know. I mean, like I said, look at the evolution of Xbox Live from 2005 to 2013, and tell me what did they use the money for if it wasn't put into Xbox Live?
I don't know. I mean, okay. I don't know what they were using it for. I can't see what the money is being used for. That's the thing.
I see what they're doing with the money. I mean, they keep improving Xbox Live. They took the money to use towards other things in the Xbox division, like getting actual games instead of a plethora of fucking indie games like Octodad. I mean, they rely on Octodad for
what are you talking about? What games are they getting you? What exclusive games are they getting you with that money?
I mean, I got...
Because this year, the only high-rated exclusive you guys had was Gears of War Judgment. So please show me all these exclusive games you're getting.
I mean, bang, I'm sorry, but, you know, when it comes down to exclusive, this is just a Sony.
Let's see. Let's take a look at this year.
This is what
Let's
Sony
take a look at this year.
do.
Let's see what Microsoft has been using all that money for. Let's see what they've been getting all the loyal Xbox people. Let's see.
Okay, let's see.
2013. Let's see.
Okay, riddle me this thing.
Let's see. There we are with the 77%. Gears of War Judgment. Let's look for another exclusive here.
I mean, Gears of War Judgment was really.
That's it. That's it. Now let's go over to the PS3. Let's see. The Last of Us.
Wait a minute, you have
Ni no Kuni. Puppeteer.
I mean,
God of War Ascension. Tales of Xillia. Sly Cooper, Thieves of Time.
I mean, we had 4
Director's Cut of Deadly Premonition. That's, man, I listed several games there. But where's all that money going to?
I mean, it's going to service, man.
Well, what services? You mean the services that you have to pay for?
Listen, do you see Xbox Live looking way 2005? No, it's not the same. It evolved.
What are you exactly referring to when you say evolved?
Listen. Let's take Sony and the PSN marketplace for a minute. It finally got a facelift over, what, 6 years? They finally gave it a facelift to make it more.
Are you just talking about the way it looks? Is that all you're referring to?
Yeah, I'm just being honest here. Sony took what they got from their PlayStation Plus customers and they put it back into their store. That's what Sony's trying to do now by putting the multiplayer behind the paywall. But, you know,
are you really only referring to aesthetics?
I'm not talking about still. I'm talking about improving and upgrading their service to make it more better.
What have they improved and upgraded and made better?
I mean, I got a headache. Listen. I know where my money is going to
then tell me. Tell me what they've improved and made better. If you know where your money's going to, tell me.
What's that?
Tell me where the money's going. Please tell me what they've changed, upgraded, and made better.
Oh, to make Xbox Live better?
Yeah.
I mean, the appearance, the features. I mean,
the appearance.
More. I mean,
what features? What features? What's better?
Oh, and this is about cross-game chat. I mean, is this where we going back to that? That's the only thing we paying for is cross-game chat, and I mean, listen, everything on Xbox Live.
Why can't you tell me what they improved and made better? Why is that? If you can't even tell me, then how can you tell me that Xbox Live is a good deal?
This is what I'm saying because it's 9:51 and I need to go to bed because I got to go to work anymore. This is the only thing I'm going to say. If you want to see what's better about Xbox Live, just get an Xbox and find out for yourself.
I had an Xbox.
Well, yeah, you had an old white one with the...
I had 3 Xboxes.
Yeah, you had. Yeah, I know. I remember your early videos. You had an old white Xbox Premium. I mean, I'm not talking about that old defective shit. I'm talking about.
Oh, so I have to buy a new one to get one that's decent enough to not break.
I mean, you could. I mean, I know your little brother still got one. Just use his, man. I know Shokyo still got his Xbox S. Just use it.
Shokyo don't even use his Xbox. Shokyo gave the Xbox to our sister so she can watch Netflix.
Well, that's good.
He doesn't even touch the Xbox.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me y'all gave an Xbox to your little sister to watch Netflix, but now she got to pay Xbox Live to watch Netflix? I mean, couldn't y'all just give her a PlayStation?
Shokyo's subscription is still active, so when that runs out, she'll have to do something else. She has a laptop.
Man, y'all don't love your little sister, man. Come on, man. Y'all could gave her a PlayStation, man.
But we use the PlayStation.
Come on. Y'all could got her y'all could at least give her, I hope Christmas time y'all give her a PlayStation Super Slim or something. Come on, don't do your little sister that
But
way.
we use the PlayStation.
Oh, you know what, though, Blockbuster, we're going to do a to be continue on this.
Are you sure you want to?
Oh, yeah, this is fun.
Are you sure?
Oh, yes, I'm having a blast. And I know your viewers are having a blast with this shit, too.
I still find it surprising that you couldn't tell me a single thing that they've improved and made better where your money's going.
Listen, if you want to find out what they make better, you just got to find out, man. This, go in your little sister's room, get the Xbox.
But you're supposed to tell me. You're supposed to tell me, right?
What's that?
You're supposed to tell me, right?
I mean, what do you want me to say? I mean, we got better apps, better features. I mean, what do you want me to say? I mean, I just can't. It comes down to this, Blockbuster. You ain't gonna prove to me what makes Sony better, and I'm not gonna prove to you what makes Microsoft better.
I've been proving that throughout this entire debate.
Not really. I mean, I beg to differ.
You failing to defend Microsoft and you failing to damage control just proves my point that Sony is better.
Actually, I don't defend myself. I just like making fun and belittling Sony fanboys. I mean, that's my whole stick. I mean, I just calling out on their bullshit. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, but
well,
you know,
you're not debating a Sony fanboy. You're debating just a normal guy who sees things for what they are.
If this whole debate was nothing normal about this whole debate, you could tell there's something loose in the fucking belfry with me. But you know, it's one of those things. I mean, I gotta let you go, man. It's 9:55. You gotta get ready for your podcast, and this will be a to be continued, folks. This is your boy, the Fat Gamer. I talk to you people later, and to you, Blackbuster, I still love you, man. No matter what anybody thinks of you, man.
Love you too, bro.
I'll see you later, my brother.
See you later. Well. A little too much salt. I wish I got salt all over my fucking floor now. Oh, man. Now, if the actual owner of a Xbox Strong Facebook group page can't even defend the Xbox, how can people say it's a value? How can people say that it's good if they can't even defend it? They can't even give me a single example of things I asked for. And no, I will never debate fisticuffs because I've destroyed fisticuffs before in the past.